Coronation Street, a season of secrets, control and consequences. The cobbles of Weatherfield are about to bear witness to one of the most harrowing storylines Coronation Street has tackled in recent years, as the soap confronts the brutal reality of domestic abuse with unflinching honesty. Todd Grimshaw has always believed he can cope with anything life throws at him, but he now finds himself trapped in a relationship that is quietly and relentlessly destroying him. A powerful standalone episode is set to air, focusing entirely on the terror Todd endures behind closed doors at the hands of Theo Silverton. This special installment marks a bold departure for the show. Told through fractured perspectives, the episode pieces together Todd's ordeal via secret audio recordings, building CCTV, and police body cam footage. When officers arrive to investigate a suspected domestic incident, a series of flashbacks gradually expose the truth of what unfolded inside the flat, revealing the frightening chain of events that led to the police being called. The experimental storytelling mirrors Todd's own reality, placing viewers inside his fear, confusion, and constant sense of unease. In the aftermath of the police visit, the following morning brings one of the most heartbreaking images of all. Todd quietly clears away smashed belongings, looking hollow and diminished, a shadow of the man he once was. Still reeling from the violence of the night before, he clings to the dangerous hope that things can somehow return to normal. Bernie, however, is not convinced. She has seen the state of the flat and recognizes the warning signs in Todd's behavior. Her concerns deepen when she shares them with George, who is equally disturbed by how broken Todd appears. Desperate to maintain the illusion, Todd and Theo present themselves as a picture-perfect couple. They invite George and Christina over for lunch, greeting them with warmth, smiles, and forced cheerfulness. Every gesture is rehearsed, every laugh calculated. When George offers Todd his old job back at the funeral home, he gently probes about the recent argument. The mood shifts instantly. The tension becomes suffocating as George mentions that Bernie saw the flat in chaos. Todd's attempts to navigate the conversation, all while under Theo's cold, controlling gaze, make for excruciating viewing. Elsewhere on the street, a different but equally troubling drama is unfolding. Will is growing increasingly isolated, convinced he has no one he can truly rely on. Bernie tries to help by encouraging him to reconnect with Brody, but her well-meaning interference only adds fuel to the fire. When Megan offers Will a training session, Daniel notices something unsettling flash across Will's face. Matters deteriorate further when Brody tags along, irritating Will even more by hinting that he may ask Megan out himself. Will's emotional turmoil reaches a dangerous climax on his 16th birthday. Ben and Eva decide to play a prank, pretending they have forgotten his special day ahead of a surprise party. What is meant to be harmless fun backfires disastrously. Feeling unwanted and rejected, Will turns to Megan for reassurance. He reminds her that he is now legally of age and reveals a secret he has been hiding. He has booked a room at the Chariot Square Hotel and hands her a key card. It is a reckless move, and it quickly becomes clear that Will is in far deeper than he realizes. Unaware that his family is preparing a celebration at home, Will ignores calls from Maggie and heads to the hotel with Megan. There, he finally confesses his feelings, but their secret is on the verge of exposure. Steve spots Will entering the hotel and alerts Ben, who immediately goes to investigate. The moment Ben reaches the hotel room and starts pounding on the door promises a dramatic cliffhanger, with consequences that could permanently alter Will's family dynamic. In the Bailey household, Dee prepares to drop a bombshell of her own. She tells Ed she has secured a prestigious new job, news that is initially met with pride and excitement. Ed suggests a celebratory meal at the bistro, but the mood darkens when Dee reveals a second revelation that leaves Ed, Michael, and James stunned. Her future plans involve far more than a career move, and the ripple effects threaten to tear the family apart. James is hit particularly hard, skipping the family dinner altogether, seemingly struggling with Dee's intention to take Isla with her. Festive cheer is also in short supply for Sally and Tim. Hoping to give Joni and Shanice a memorable Christmas, their plans unravel almost immediately when the girls are caught attempting to steal a bottle of Prosecco from the local shop. Sally tries to salvage the situation with a cheerful festive breakfast, but peace is short-lived. When she bans Joni from attending a party hosted by an older student, Joni explodes in fury, screaming that Sally will never be her real mother before knocking over the Christmas tree and destroying Sally's carefully planned surprise. As tensions simmer across Weatherfield, Tracy Barlow returns to familiar territory, revenge. She overhears Cassie venting about her over the taxi radio, blissfully unaware that Tracy is listening to every word. Tracy is not one to forgive or forget, and she immediately begins plotting payback. Cassie has no idea what lies ahead, but Tyrone once again finds himself caught in the crossfire as his mother and ex-wife prepare for another bitter showdown. Among the younger crowd, James is battling a wave of regret after sending Carl a drunken text. He urges Carl to ignore it, but Carl insists he never saw the message because he lost his phone. This revelation only heightens James's anxiety, as he realizes Abby could find the phone first. Although Carl eventually recovers the device, it is too late to prevent Abby from glimpsing the message over his shoulder. The fallout from that single text could send shockwaves through their entire social circle, yet the most devastating storyline of the season remains Todd's. Theo's behavior continues to escalate, driven by obsessive jealousy and a need for control. When Summer gives Todd tickets to an Andrew Scott retrospective, Theo reacts with barely concealed rage. Even the idea of Todd admiring a famous actor is enough to provoke him. During a game of charades, Theo smashes a wine glass in a fit of anger, terrifying the guests. He then reasserts control by booking a surprise weekend away on the same date as the event Todd hoped to attend, cutting him off from his friends and passions. The tension reaches breaking point at a party hosted by George and Glenda at the bistro. A throwaway comment from Sarah about Nick being Todd's first crush is all it takes to trigger Theo once more. Under the pretense of collecting a cake, he forces Todd to leave with him. Alone, Theo unleashes a vicious verbal attack. When Todd finally pushes back, Theo abandons him, driving away and leaving him stranded. By New Year's Eve, Todd is barely holding himself together. Billy begins to sense the truth and turns to Alia for insight into Yasmin's past experiences of abuse, searching for a way to help. The final rupture comes after Theo confronts Billy and then turns his fury on Todd in a violent outburst. Todd finally finds the courage to flee, only to be drawn back by a manipulative message from Theo. It is only when Billy notices the bruises on Todd's body that the full horror is laid bare. Now the question is whether Todd can find the strength to leave for good before it is too late, and whether Billy can help him break free from a cycle of fear and control. This storyline is a bleak but vital exploration of a real and urgent issue, and Gareth Pierce's performance is already earning praise for its raw, devastating authenticity. As Coronation Street steers these threads toward their dramatic conclusions, Weatherfield has rarely felt so tense, or so painfully real.